Blossom Christian Tales, a story that grows wisdom. The widow's Thanksgiving miracle. The wind howled outside the small apartment, rattling the thin window as Elizabeth knelt beside her bed. Her two children, Sarah 11 and Daniel 8, huddled under a worn blanket on the couch. The cupboards were bare, and Thanksgiving was only 2 days away. Elizabeth whispered a prayer, her voice trembling. Lord, you promised in your word that those who seek you shall lack no good thing. Psalm 34 verse 10. I trust you even now. Sarah's stomach growled loudly, and Daniel looked up with pleading eyes. Elizabeth forced a smile, though her heart ached. She remembered the days when her husband was alive, when laughter filled their home and the table overflowed with food. Now, as a widow, every day was a battle for survival. Next door, a feast of plenty. Across the street stood a mansion glowing with lights. Inside, Mr. Harrington, a wealthy businessman, supervised preparations for a grand Thanksgiving feast. Turkey roasted in ovens, pies lined the counter, and laughter echoed through the halls. His two children, Emily 11 and James 8, played in the yard, carefree and joyful. Elizabeth watched from her window, tears stinging her eyes. She wasn't envious, just weary. She prayed again, Father, give me strength. You said a man's life does not consist in the abundance of possessions. Luke 12 verse 15. Help me believe. Driven away. The next morning, Sarah and Daniel, unable to bear their hunger, wandered to Harrington estate. They approached the gate timidly, hoping for scraps. But before they could speak, two security guards stepped forward. Following Mr. Harrington's orders, they said coldly, no beggars allowed. The children turned away, tears streaming down their faces. From his window, Mr. Harrington watched but felt nothing. He had forgotten Proverbs 21 verse 13. Whoso stopped his ears at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself but shall not be heard. A crisis. That night, tragedy struck. Emily collapsed during dinner. Rushed to the hospital. Doctors delivered grim news, kidney failure. She needed a transplant at once, but no family member was a match. Mr. Harrington's wealth could buy the best care, but not a miracle. For the first time, he felt powerless. The widow's sacrifice. Word spread quickly. When Elizabeth heard, her heart stirred. She looked at Sarah, her precious child, and whispered, Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. John 15 verse 13. She approached Mr. Harrington at the hospital. Sir, she said softly, test my daughter. If she is a match, she will give her kidney. He stared at her in disbelief. Why would you do this, after how I treated you? Elizabeth smiled through tears. Because love is what God calls us to, and because your little girl deserves to live. Sarah was a match. The surgery was scheduled. Elizabeth prayed as her daughter was wheeled away, trusting God completely. Thanksgiving redeemed. The transplant succeeded. Emily lived. Mr. Harrington wept openly, humbled by the widow's grace. He invited Elizabeth and her children to his home, not as charity, but as family. That Thanksgiving, they sat together at a table overflowing with food, laughter, and gratitude. Mr. Harrington bought a beautiful home for them, sponsored their education, and opened a big market for Elizabeth. Their struggle was finally over. Elizabeth whispered a final prayer. Lord, you have done great things. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. Matthew 25 verse 40. Moral of the story. True Thanksgiving is not about abundance. It is about love, sacrifice, and gratitude. Wealth fades, but kindness endures forever.